Okay, anyway, we're going to talk about this lot here in Issaquah. Looks like it's a great price. It's almost a full acre. You can see it's right off of this road here, which is pretty awesome. It looks like a really great property potentially. Wow, parks and ball field, optional clubhouse, pool and athletic court. It sounds too good to be true. Is it? Very possibly. So the first thing we're going to do is go over to our King County. I can type GIS map, and that's called the IMAP. Pretty much every county has one. They might call it different things. Okay, so then I'm going to run over to the listing and pull the parcel number, which you can usually see under like facts and features on Zillow, property parcel number. That's what you want. Copy that. Paste it. You can use an address too, but if a property doesn't have a building on it, sometimes it doesn't have an address yet. All right, so here we are. This is our property. Pretty cool. It's obviously surrounded by other parcels, so that's promising. The first thing I'm going to do is go up to here and switch our, go up to this one and switch our map to the aerial 2025 map. With this, you can see, okay, we've got other houses around here, so that's promising too. It looks like, you know, other people have been able to build things on this property, so that's potentially very good. Then I'm going to go to, let's see here. We can go to the topo. It really doesn't look too bad, honestly. I mean, you've got some slope, but it's not terrible, according to this anyway. So then we can go over to here. We're going to go to, let's see, property layers. We do want that. Oh yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so then, environmentally sensitive areas. So we're going to drop that down, check that. So first thing I notice is like all the little green guys, you can click on this and then you can see potential steep slope hazard areas. So that's all the information we have at the moment on this. There's a disclaimer, which we can go ahead and download that. See what it says. Okay, I don't want to download the whole thing right now, but this would be worthwhile to download the PDF and read what King County has to say about that. It's probably some sort of, I don't know, it's probably important if you're going to be potentially developing this. So then we need to go make sure that like these certain things here that are unchecked, like I like to just double check. Okay, we don't have a stream. Do we have a sensitive notice on title? We do at our neighbor's house over here, so that's interesting. So I do want to check that out. It says steep slope present. So they have it on their title that they have a steep slope that is present. One thing that I'd be really curious about here is this one appears to have a house. I'd be interested in getting information about this property here. So here's the address. So we can actually just pop this into Google and find the property. In particular, I would like to know when it was built. Well, not too old, really. So let's see here. 1998. Okay. So very possibly zoning codes have changed since 1998. In fact, I would almost guarantee it. That doesn't mean that this is now impossible to build on this lot, but it is something that I'd be aware of. Like you might have a very different time building here than you would have for these houses just because of the timing. Okay, erosion hazard, that's another one that seems really relative, and yep, it immediately popped up this big green thing. So we can again click on it. It just says erosion hazard as of 1992. This is not going to tell you exactly what that means in terms of building. The erosion hazard and the steep slopes are basically just giving me the information that I need additional feasibility done on the land before I can figure out if I can build on it. So with something like this, you'd want like a critical areas designation, and like a geotechnical engineer can probably do the report here. There's some companies that do the CADs specifically, but they will like test your soils. They will test the slope of the land. They'll take a like more in-depth look at it, make recommendations about the feasibility of building. Because, you know, if you have great soils that are like really strong. I don't know what exactly soil, the words you use for soil are, but if you have really good soils, you would have an easier time building. But if you have really like slick soil, like it would have a higher probability of a landslide or something like that. And then that would be obviously more of a problem. You might have to put in like pin piles or something into the land. Okay, so we already put the landslide hazard in. Of course, that has that. I don't really have any concerns about any sort of shoreline or anything, streams, but I like to just double check them just in case. Wetlands, same deal. It's better to just know. That's all what I'd be like mostly concerned about with the environmentally sensitive areas. The other things I'd want to check are the utilities. So, okay, so this isn't super important for us. Let's see, we can check for septic and Group B water systems and then determine if we're in a sewer service area or we need a septic tank. Here we can see basically wastewater treatment type vacant. So, okay, let's go over to one of the properties that we know is developed. This one has an on-site sewage system, which is going to mean we do not have, sewer in the street. So because of this, we can, let's see if we can uncheck all these other things. Then we can find out the wastewater treatment type, our sewer service area. We'll have to scroll out pretty far. Really far. Potentially, sewer service area is not anywhere around here at all. Oh, here we go. Yep, it's not. So here's our sewer service areas in these blue, and we are like way out here. We're nowhere even remotely close to getting sewer. So you definitely will have to have a septic, which is another thing that's like septic tanks are mostly fine, but you do have to get a critical areas designation, work with the health department to make sure that your soils can handle a septic tank and then which type of septic tank you're going to need. A lot of septics are also like kind of 3-bedroom is pretty standard. So if you want to have more bedrooms than that, you may need to pay more money for a bigger septic tank, or you may need to be a little bit creative around bedrooms, because the septic is based on double occupancy per bedroom. So if you have a 3-bedroom approved septic tank, it's based on 6 people living there, which like most people in a 6-person household don't have 3 bedrooms. Most people are going to be like 1 person per bedroom, or somewhere around there roughly. So you can use some common sense there in terms of potential additional office space, bonus room, whatever you want to call it, if you aren't going to exceed that number of people quantity. That's the most important thing. It's not based on bathrooms. It's not based on how many people actually live there. It's based on double occupancy per bedroom. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else that I would be worried about. I think like, okay, we checked sewer, we checked the topography, we checked the surrounding neighbors. We know we're going to need a critical areas designation both for the septic and for the slope. We have a potential landslide hazard area. Probably building is going to require a little bit more engineering for the foundation to make sure that it is solid. We're probably going to have more grading costs for leveling the land where we can to accommodate, a house. We may need to put in a retaining wall. Hopefully not a soldier pile wall, just a regular one. So this land seems to be pretty buildable. We know there's going to be some challenges and additional costs with building in it, but it is quite affordable. So it's very possible that, there's a little, oh, here we go, elevation contours. That's what I was looking for. I was like, this seems way steeper than that. That was under property layers, elevation contours, and the topography map was not showing all of the actual contours here. So one thing that is, this is critical, very important to note, is you can kind of see that not this guy so much, but most of the houses that are placed on these parcels have like a little bit more room in between the squiggly lines, like this guy here, this guy here. So they're kind of working with the land where you have like this like kind of almost natural terrace, like, oh yeah, this guy's doing great. You have this like natural terrace, and that's where they're placing the houses to make it easier and more affordable to build. So then we go back to our parcel over here, and we don't have one of those. The only like kind of sort of No, it's really pretty terrible. The only kind of sort of okay spot we have is like right around here. And even there is a really steep slope. It's still really probably steeper than most of these flat spots that we're looking at. So, I mean, this guy's maybe kind of comparable, but ultimately you are gonna have more challenges than any of your neighbors in building just based on the slope and not having the really any potential building pad. It's gonna all be created out of earth and engineering, and that's not cheap. Moving dirt is expensive. Engineering is expensive. So is it buildable? Seems like it is. Is it expensive? Heck yeah, it's expensive. That's all I got for you today on is it buildable? I guess we'll call it.